Hello everyone, my name is Dawn, and if you don't already know me, I'm a huge horror movie fan. I've watched a lot of horror movies in my life, but still have some good ones to catch up on. I made a long list of horror movies to watch, and one of them was Trick or Treat. I was genuinely excited to watch this movie after watching the trailer that you see on the screen. It looked very cool and pretty spooky, so I decided to rent it and watch it with my mom, which was a huge mistake in multiple ways. Welcome to my rant about the biggest disappointment in horror movie history. Now, as I mentioned a moment ago, I decided to watch this movie with my mom. My mom and I love watching horror movies together, so she decided to join me. Well, while the movie was rated R, I just thought it was because all the good scary horror movies usually are. My mom thought that too, but dear God, was it not rated R for that reason. The whole beginning was just a lot of low-key, adult fun time. I had to look down a lot, and my mom was like, "Why did you pick this movie, Dawn?" In my defense, I didn't check why it was rated R and assumed it was fine, but both of us weren't expecting this. The movie was buffering a lot, and my mom was losing interest fast. Nothing really scary happened. We actually didn't jump at all. The movie starts with this girl that dies, but they never showed the murderer. After that, there was a lot of screen time of this group of girls that went to a party, where everyone was basically having more adult fun time. Then someone killed another person at that party, but no one notices, which is kind of stupid. Then the story shifts to this group of middle schoolers, I want to say. I shall start a new part to explain the middle schooler part. So before I start, I should mention the part before where there was this school principal that murdered a kid on his doorstep because the principal fed the kid a poisoned candy or something. Then he literally cuts off the kid's head somehow and brings his son downstairs with him to treat the kid's head like a pumpkin they were going to carve. Sorry if that was a bit graphic, but I did warn you. Anyway, now on to the middle schoolers. There were 5 of them: Macy, Sarah, Chip, Schrader, if that's even a real name, and Rhonda. They collected 8 pumpkins and went to this cliff that a bus drove over. The story behind the bus was that it was a bus that drove 8 disturbed and troubled kids to school and to home. The bus driver was paid to kill these kids because everyone, including the kids' parents, were embarrassed of the kids' existence. One of the kids got free though, but accidentally drove over the cliff and into the lake below, killing all the kids, but the bus driver survived, I believe. Interesting backstory, but what follows is just a mess. The kids go down to the lake to bless the supposedly dead kids with the lit pumpkins they kinda stole, but instead they play a prank on Rhonda and almost kill the poor girl. Since karma is a thing, the kids who pranked Rhonda get attacked by the 8 kids that I think are undead because the crash was 30 years ago. I mean, they were being real disrespectful to the supposedly dead kids. So Rhonda escapes and leaves the others to die, and she holds a lit jack-o'-lantern all the way back, which makes this dude, named Sam, not kill her. I believe it's a rule in the movie to not blow out your jack-o'-lantern, and if you follow the rules of Halloween, Sam won't kill you. So after that, it gets even more confusing. Dear God, where do I even start to explain this part? So the teenage-looking girls from the beginning that went to the party all split up to find dates. After they've all found dates, they killed their dates? Ugh, so romantic, am I right? They brought the dead dudes to this campfire place in the middle of the woods to, I guess, eat them or something? This movie doesn't really explain anything. There was this one girl who never done this, but the writers of this movie made it sound like she was talking about how she never had, yet again, adult fun time before. So, back to the campfire thing. They turned into werewolves and it was an unsettling scene in a different way. And I guess they just killed their dates and ate them or something? Really, the movie never explained anything. So, a short yet confusing part that had nothing to do with any of the movie. At this point, my head was actually hurting from trying to make sense of what in the world the plot was. Now, on to the ending part. So, after that, there was only about 20 minutes left, and I was thinking, thank God. I thought the ending would explain everything, which just turned out to be wishful thinking. The ending went sort of back in time to where the principal was killing that random kid. But this time, the movie focuses on the principal's neighbor, this old dude that I don't remember the name of, if he even had a name. This part starts with the old dude scaring away some kids with his dog that he puts in this costume to make the dog's eyes glow green. That gives off chaotic canine energy. It worked, but that means he broke another rule of Halloween that they don't specify in the actual movie. The rules are in the trailer, and the one the old guy broke was make sure you hand out candy. So, the little dude named Sam came to attack the old dude. By the way, I'm 99% sure that the movie didn't even say if this demon kid's name was Sam. Anywho, Sam starts trying to kill the old grumpy man for not handing out candy. It was just 20 long, painful minutes of them trying to kill each other. Near the end of the fight, the old guy rips off Sam's face rag thing that covers his head, and it reveals that Sam is some pumpkin alien thing, which was kind of weird and a bit creepy. I didn't know I was actually watching killer clowns from outer space. The old man was finally able to shoot Sam a few times with his shotgun, and we think he killed Sam, and tries to call 911. But since Sam is not human, surprise surprise, Sam isn't dead, and his detached hand unplugs the phone and stabs the old guy's leg. Sam gets his famous sharp lollipop out and goes to stab the guy in the chest, but stabs a candy bar the guy somehow had in his hands. Sam is happy that the old man gave him candy in a way and left him alone. This whole scene can be relatable to anyone who gets super angry when they're hungry. Anyway, Sam leaves and goes to attack the lady in the beginning who blew out a jack-o'-lantern, even though I think the principal attacked her. Right before this awful movie ends, though, the 8 undead children show up at the old man's house and kill him because I think he was the bus driver that got away. Then the movie ends. My brain was so fried trying to understand what I watched. So yeah, on to the conclusion. I really hope you understand from this rant how messy this movie was and how it is the biggest disappointment in horror movie history. It's really sad how the trailer is better than the actual movie. The writer tried to put 4 stories into one and that failed. Big time. I hope no one watches this movie for the sake of not letting their brain fried confusion. Thank you for listening to this rant about how bad Trick or Treat is. Please comment if you liked this because I may do more in the future. Rant or review on some more horror movies or any movie in general. Have a fantastic day, and remember, please stay away from buying any Trick or Treat merchandise this spooky season, or it is a waste of money for the wrong cause.